Okay, so I have all of my single shadows laid out in front of me. I had two drawers full, and I also had this little container full of single eyeshadows, and my goal is to try and get it down to a single drawer full. So as you can see, I've already saved time by giving it a quick spin through, and I already know what I want to get rid of, starting with this little collection down here. This is a Dainty Doll shadow, and it was started by a Nicole something or other. I can't remember. It was a girl from Girls Aloud. Nicole, name escapes me, but I picked this up from Poundland after it had been discontinued. It is a beautiful, beautiful colour. I can't remember the actual shade name because they didn't print it on the actual container. I mean, it's pretty, but there's lots of things like it now, and I have various things like it in my collection. So I'm going to get rid of that. I have three actually. Three unopened shadows. One from Makeup Geek that is called Sidekick. What's that? The little bit of leather managed to get inside the packaging. But this particular shadow has never been used. Same with this shadow from MAC. This is actually from the Pret a Papier collection, which was back in 2010, and according to the dating code there, it was made in 2009. But yeah, this is the shade Gazette Grey. This was one of the first products that I ever bought backup of because I fell really hard for the shadow. So here is the one that I had opened, and it's, it's nothing spectacular, but at the time I thought it was amazeballs. But I'm gonna get rid of both of those. And then we have an unopened Velocity from Sugar Pill. Again, it's not exactly a backup, but it was an accidental purchase. I'd accidentally ordered two of the same shadow. But this is what Velocity looks like. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous royal blue. And I'm going to pass that on to a friend. Its swatches, not the best, but it looks amazing, amazing on the eyes. So I'm going to pass that along to someone else. I'm also going to be getting rid of the rest of my single MAC shadows. I only have a couple of them. They're all from limited edition collections. This one is from the To the Beach collection, I think. It's just like a transition shade. It's in the shade Sand and Sun. We have two from the Disney Villains collection. This is in DeVille, which is a beautiful, beautiful rust colour, but I've just not really used it. I don't know why, I just didn't really use it. And then we have Vainglorious, which has been re-promoted in a few other collections. But compared to other things I have of the same colour, this is a really poor quality in comparison. And then again, this is from Cut to Fit, from the Pret a Papier collection, and it's in the shade Cut to Fit. And again, it's just a gorgeous kind of rusty bronzy shade. Can you tell? I really like that shade, but I don't use it, so getting rid of it. I'm also going to be getting rid of these four eyeshadows because they've all been discontinued for quite a while. Probably this one the longest is the Revlon Satin eyeshadow in Shimmering Sienna. It is beautiful, stunning. It was probably the first eyeshadow like this I'd ever come across. It just, even just swatching it like that, I mean, it's so gorgeous. I kind of don't want to get rid of it. It's the beautiful kind of coppery, rusty, reddy brown bronze. It's like it just melts my heart. But it needs to go. Same with this guy. It's a very similar shade to Shimmering Sienna. It's just got less of a, like a bronze sheen to it. It's like its darker, matter sister. But I loved the Bourjois Intense shadows. They were amazing, but they discontinued them. And these are from Look Beauty. It was a magazine, it's a weekly magazine. I don't know if they still do a makeup range. They used to stock it in Superdrug, but I haven't seen it in years. But I've kept hold of these, and I really enjoy them. I mean, I enjoyed them when I used them. I haven't used them in such a long time. Kept thinking that I would because they're such basic shades, and I just haven't. So, bye-bye. Speaking of long time discontinued shadows, I have all of these square NYX shadows. As you can see, they now come in little round pots. They used to come in these little square pots, but that was a very, very long time ago. A good 3-4 years ago now since they've changed over, so I'm just going to get rid of what I have left. I really enjoyed this formula. I haven't had much chance to dabble in the new formula, even though I've owned these shadows for quite a long time. So yeah, I'm just going to bite the bullet and get rid of these ones. We had Brown, True Taupe, Eggplant, Golden Amber, which, oh, guys, this color, it was like one of the first NYX shadows I ever bought. Oh, that and Rust. Oh, I lived for Rust at one point, like, just beautiful. But they have to go. We also have Suede, which was amazing. I used so much of Suede. We also have Copper, which is like a red and orangier, like fire version of Rust. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. But that's no reason to keep anything. And then we have Dark Brown, which was barely abused. So those guys are all gonna go. And because I've gotten rid of the old NYX ones, I am going to keep hold of all the new ones. I'm not going to go through them all because there are quite a few. I think I've got like 20, possibly 30 of the new formula. I had 33 of the new shades. So I'm going to play around more with those ones. I'm pretty sure I said that in my last declutter when I decided to keep hold of them all. But this time I mean it. I really do. I'm also going to be keeping my two Clinique shades. I have Olive in my Martini and Black Honey. I have my Victoria Beckham Bitter Clove. Victoria Beckham for Estee Lauder, if I can get it open. It is beautiful. Love it a lot. We have my 3 Bobbi Brown shadows. We have a Toast, Camel, and Burnt Sugar. 2 from Dior. This one is in Reflection, and this one is in Fever. My 2 NARS shadows. This one is in Ashes to Ashes, and we also have Lhasa, which was limited edition a good long time ago, but I think they've made it permanent now. It is quite old, and I can't remember the last time I used it, but I'm going to make a conscious effort of trying to get some use out of it. I am going to be getting rid of these 2 Estee Lauder shadows. We have Hot Cinnamon and Sepia Sand. I really enjoyed them when I first got them, but they're very kind of blah shadows, to be honest. Hot Cinnamon's not so bad, but Sepia Sand just kind of doesn't really show up as anything on my hand. Like, you can just kind of see it there, just. But they've discontinued these colours anyways when they redid the range, so yeah. I'm also going to get rid of this Lancome one. It was a limited edition for a Christmas collection a very long time ago. I've tried to project pan it a couple of times, and I've just never really get anywhere with it. I mean, it's a beautiful shadow. I do enjoy it, but I just don't really use it enough to use it up, and this is in the shade Field of Bronze. Not that that really matters, but hey ho. I'm also going to get rid of these two Natural Collection ones. We have the shade Heather, which is like a cool tone, sort of purpley shade that I just don't use. And then we have Butterscotch, which is a nice sort of like highlight shade. It's got a bit of a pearlescent sheen, which kind of puts me off using it. So yeah, just get rid of those two. I have one of my Kiko shadows that I like to get rid of, and it's this Baked Duo. I don't really get on very well with baked shadows. I've had several baked shadows in the past, and they just, I don't know. Plus the whole idea of having two colours in one product, just kind of, I'm not a fan of that, like, at all. I mean, they're pretty enough colours. I just haven't used it since I bought it. Whereas the other two we have the Smart Shadow in number 3, which is a gorgeous bronzy shade. I absolutely adore so much. It actually kind of reminds me of Shimmering Sienna a little bit, just a lot less red. And then we have this High Pigment Wet Dry eyeshadow in the shade number 54, which is a gorgeous kind of like maroony color. I contemplated getting rid of it, but I'm going to keep hold of it for a bit longer. I'm going to get rid of this one from MUA. It's in the shade Midnight. It's like a navy blue color. It is stunning though. It is stunning, but I do have other like nicer navies from MAC. So I'm going to use the MAC ones over this one. I'm also going to get rid of this little sample from number 7. It's like a sort of shimmery pale blue. It's in the shade Island Sea. Like, it's a frosty baby blue color. I mean, what was I even thinking keeping hold of that? When am I ever actually going to use that? Never in my life. These are sitting right here. I'll just talk about them. My Sugar Pill shadows. I really enjoy the colours. I haven't had a chance to use them as much as I would like to have in the past year or so, but I enjoy them enough to want to keep hold of them, so these guys are staying. My Max Factor shadows, again, I really like these, especially these two shades. We have Auburn Envy and Feral Brown. They're just, oh, I love these shades so much. So that's Auburn Envy and Feral Brown. They are just gorgeous shades. Then I have the shade Savage Rose, which is like a beautiful kind of frosted pink. I haven't used that quite as much as the other ones. It's got a bit of it's like a taupey pink almost. See, it's quite cool tone pink. We have Burnt Bark as well, which is one of the first shades I picked up. It's more of like a true taupe. And then lastly we have Almond, which I'm not going to swatch because it's basically just like a highlight shade. I have 3 shades from number 7. One is just a highlight shade. This is in Matte Calico. We have Mink, which is like a sort of shimmering taupe, and Wheat Shift, which is more of a champagne-y sort of pink shade. My L'Oreal eyeshadows, I'm going to keep hold of all of these guys. We have the shade Golden Nude, which I absolutely adore. When I first picked this up, I wore it for like 3 weeks straight. How beautiful is that? I have a transition shade in the color Macaron Vanille. Breaking Nude is more of a crease color. It's more of a cool tone also. This is in the shade Quartz Taupe, which I haven't actually had a chance to play with. I think this one's actually a replacement. I think I had one and I broke it before I could use it, so I bought a second one and I still haven't used it. But there is a swatch of that. It's a really dark sort of taupe shade. It actually kind of reminds me of Benefits Where There's Smoke. No, Where There's Smoke is more green. So yeah, I'm gonna keep Where There's Smoke. I was thinking of getting rid of it, but I haven't thus far found anything in my collection similar to it, so I'm going to keep hold of it. And then lastly is Escape in Bordeaux, which is just, if you are looking for the most perfect maroony purple shade, this is the shadow for you. It is beautiful. So stunning. Next up I have my ColourPop shadows, and the only one I actually want to keep is this one called Melrose, simply because I have nothing like it. There might be something similar to it in my MAC palette. I will have to have a look and see, but I don't have anything like this, I don't think. It's just so beautiful. The rest of them I've either not really been drawn to, or I've just really not been interested in. I think the only one I've gotten the most use out of is this Peekaboo color, and it's nothing special, to be honest. I just used it because it was close by, and I'd heard that you should use them up really quickly because they dry out super fast. I mean, it's nice and everything, but I don't want to keep it. I just don't. Next I have Central Perk, which I used a couple of times, but meh. Thirsty Girl, while it looks stunning, every time I went to use it, it was just such a disappointment. I mean, its swatch is beautiful. It looks beautiful in the container, and then you go to blend it out, and it just ends up like... Okay, so now it's looking pretty. But as you can see, what's left on my finger here, as you hit the light, it's mostly gold, but the rest of the time it's just a black smear, and that's what it looks like on my eye. It's just mostly just a black smear. It swatches beautifully. Looks beautiful in the container, but on my eyes it's just major disappointment. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. Kush, it's really cool toned, so I never really got not very drawn to it, to be honest. I'm not even gonna bother swatching it. We have Fairfax, which is very similar to Central Perk, maybe more of a cool tone version. Again, meh, there are things like it. We have Patchwork, which I did kind of find intriguing, but I just have this horrible feeling it's going to end up, yeah, see, it's kind of doing the same sort of thing Thirsty Girl did. Like, the color will just catch in the light, and the rest of the time it's going to be like a black smear. And I'm feeling Babykins is going to be the same. Because, I mean, they look kind of pretty. Oh no, that has more of like a colored base to it than a black base. But again, I have so many things that are like this. I don't need to keep hold of this one. So the only ColourPop shadow that I genuinely want to keep is Melrose. My Urban Decay shadows I'm keeping without a doubt. I do really enjoy them when I get the chance to use them. I have the shades Roach, Snakebite, YDK, and Midnight Rodeo. All of them beautiful. I also have the shade, what are these called? The Moondust shadows. I have the shades Zodiac, Intergalactic, Space Cowboy, and Diamond Dog. I do have a matte shadow in the shade Naked that I am going to declutter. I can't find it at the moment. It's currently in a project use app, but I will talk about it more in that video. But otherwise, I'm keeping all my Urban Decays. Next, I have my Laura Mercier shadows, and I have a few more in a palette as well. I have the shades Baroque, Burnished, Coeur Royale, Truffle, which is possibly one of my favorite browns ever. It's just so velvety and rich and just beautiful. We have Cognac, and I also have one of the Tight Line Cake eyeliners in Violet Asphalt, and it's one of those sort of like fluid activated eyeliners. It's beautiful. So I'm going to keep those guys. And lastly are my Makeup Revolution singles, which I do enjoy using. I just don't get them out very often. I mean, I particularly enjoy shades such as this one, Mountains of Gold. I mean, it's a bit chunky. I'll admit that. They are a bit chunky, they are a bit powdery, but they are only £1 a shadow. So, you know, I'm not expecting miracles out of them. But they are beautiful, beautiful shades. This one is in Insomnia. It's a gorgeous sort of violet shade there. What else have we got that's... Oh, they have this really cool kind of dark green. It's in the shade Eden. It's beautiful. It kind of reminds me of the green that was in the Midnight Gardens, I believe it was called. It was a YSL Quint, but that really reminds me of the green that was in that palette. But I really enjoy the shades that I have from the range, so I am going to keep all of them. Okay, so I didn't manage to get them all in the same drawer, but I'm really impressed with what I've gotten rid of. I've managed to declare 36 eyeshadows, which I'm really happy with. Everything else that's left is stuff that I know I like, or stuff that I need to test out, like the NYX shadows and the Makeup Revolution shadows, and I need to get more love out of my Sugar Pill shadows. But yeah, I'm super happy with everything that's left over. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.